Hey, I'm Batman, and welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. Butterfly Man. Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist, film number 341. Dang it, and 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 dang it! Dang it to Hayek! What shall we do first? Come on, baby. Light my fire. Hey, hey, hey. Go. Fire. Go, go, gadget, fire. There. Hey, Baba. Hi, 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 hi. Dang, 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 da, dang, 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 da, dang, dang, dang. Veg on the reg, Baba, and frickin' Farrell's here. Hello, hello. What in the butt? What in the butt? Dang, 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 dang. Dang, 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 da da dang, 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 da da dang, 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 da da dang, dang, dang. Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna share the show now. So, I was already on a share, like a ban from sharing to groups on my main account. Now my wife can't share to groups, so there's no sharing on my end tonight. It's all on you guys. It's all on you. Dang it, and dang it, and dang it, and dang it, and dang it. I'm going to still share to my personal timeline. Dang it to heck. Where else? The groups, or the pages that I run. Live streams. Somebody made me an admin of the page live streams. John Butter. Smooth like butter. Let's see. And we'll go to First Mate Fluff Bucket. Dang it, and dang it, and dang it, and dang it. Dang it to heck. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist. Engage Echo Chamber. Hey Heather, move my toilet over, I'm staying for a bit. You got prime real estate there, man. The toilet's staying right where it is, nothing's moving. Never ever again. Man, things fell tonight. I was pretty upset. Whatchamacallit, the torch broke off. We're lost in the darkness now. America is lost in the darkness. On a flat earth. Dang it, and dang it, and dang it, and dang it, and dang it. But welcome. Hey, Elena. Hey, Steven. Thank you, Baba. Proud stoners. Oh, man. Man, but we're out of communion, though. We're out of communion. Still no weed. And I did. I found the flying spaghetti monster. Indeed, indeed. Yes. All right. What? Time to build the upper-lower echo chamber. Bang, bang. Hammer, hammer. Nail, nail. Screw, screw. Fuck, fuck. Dang, dang. Bang, bang. Hang, hang. Hung, hung. Woo, woo. Bell is rung. Ding-ling, ding-ling. Dong, 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 dong. Boom, 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 boom. Construction noises. Building a baby. We're building a baby. Wait, what? Destin's on the same throne. I have 3 shows, Sean. I have 3 shows, so I just started a 3rd show. I used to go live twice a day. But now I have a 3rd show. I've got this one, By Mouth Daily. This is my flagship show. And then I've got my show that focuses on mental health and self-care, which is I'm Clean as a Whistle, where I shower every day. And this one I swallow. And then I have a 3rd show now. It's called Sing for Solidarity. And that one is more about fun and being together. And, well, not just fun, about standing together against injustice. And together, they make, you know, it built over time, but it's making a pretty sturdy table. It's making a pretty sturdy table. My stool makes a pretty sturdy table. Wait. My third leg makes it, the stool stand tall. I have no idea. What are we talking about again? Dang it. Dang it and dang it and bang it and bang it. That's what she said. That's what he said. That's what they all say. Ah. What? Ah. Dang it and dang it and bang it and bang it. Dang it too high. Dang it and bang it. Dang it too high. Dang it and bang it. Bring it, hang it. Bang it and dang it and bang it and rang it. Dang it! Hey, Jason. Oh, we're just putting everything together. Dang it to heck. Lacey and Jason sitting in the echo chamber. Lacey and Jason sitting in the echo chamber. Lacey and Jason sitting in the echo chamber. All right. Sorry. I spent a lot of time getting everything set up tonight. It's looking pretty sharp if I don't say so myself. Ding it to heck, ding it to heck, heck it to dang, ding it to heck. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Dang it! Hey, Amanda! Oh! Just getting set up! Just getting set up! Hecking it and danging it and hecking to the dang dang. Dang 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 dang. Ah. Hi. Okay. Where's Trolley? Trolley! Jay Sizzle, hey. I'll be watching for you, Dana. Dang, dang, da, dang, 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 da, da, dang, dang, dang. What? Let's see. No idea. Let's see. I'm gonna put something here. Dang da dang 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 da dang 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 da dang 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 I'll do an explanation in just a second. Dang it! Somebody wanted to know what the show's about. I can help out. I can help out with that. I can help out with that. Who was it? Who wanted to know what the show's about? Well, I guess I'll just address it to everyone. People often ask what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Faith. Engage! Mini fireplace! Yeah, I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Faith each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. Dang it to heck. Jump! Jump! Jump, jump, jump is the word of the day. After 341 pills, 341 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Katie, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I've been worse. I've been better. I can't share the show right now, so we're not getting as far as we usually go, and I don't have any weed. So there's a couple of things that are stuck in my craw, if you will, but I'm all right. Amanda Love and Kiss. Wonderful. Jump, 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 jump. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah? Oh, good job, man. That's awesome. He's a little reader here. He's a little reader. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. So, yeah. Babies. Nice, nice. Kind of looks like Woody's giving him a blowjob. B is for blowjob, I guess. Dang it. All aboard. Mom knows it. One song, one love, one everything. Or tutu. One or tutu. I can't even remember. I'm not smoking anything. I want some, though. I really want some. I don't have any. Will you share with me, please? Dang it to heck. All right. No, it's all right. I'm good. I'm a rock. All right. We need a skeleton. We're missing one skeleton. I'm sky high? I wish. Come on down. Come on down, DJ X Brown. How far away are you? It's a 4-hour show. You got a little time to get here. Katie says, loving your superhero swag. Thank you. Thunder. Thunder. Thundercats. Oh! Dang it. Dang it. Let's all dance with the superheroes. Come on. Come on, Superman. Let's dance. Madison, Wisconsin. Sounding good? Thank you very much. All right. Okay, what fell? This fell. Superman, you're destructive. You're all being trolled by this guy. Well, troll is troll dues. And I paid mine, so it's good. This fell. Superman, you're destructive. Troll is troll dues. And I paid mine, so it's good. Absolutely love this guy. Who said that? I love you too. Dustin said, introverts like me love hearing the same music all the time, and I guess I'm empathetic too, as he and I are super affected by the music we hear. Unless I'm wrong. Yeah, this music I just stumbled onto accidentally. It's a sampling demo, and it certainly does affect my mood. It does affect my mood. I was in a really depressed mood when I found it, and I was sitting down. I was sitting down at the counter down here, and I put my head down on the keyboard, and I pressed the right button, and all of a sudden that sound started coming out. What launch? A SpaceX or something? Who's launching? Hey, Jimmy Benvenides. Cocoa Beach. That sounds fun. I wish I was on the beach with you, Becky Futch. That sound started coming out. What launch? A SpaceX or something? Who's launching? Hey, Jimmy Benvenides. Fun, no? Cool. Yeah, my pleasure. If you guys want to share the show, I really appreciate it, because I'm on a post block, so I can't share to Facebook groups. Can't join or share to Facebook groups until the 20th. So if you want to... Yeah, my pleasure. If you guys want to share the show, I really appreciate it. You don't have to. I would appreciate it, though. I don't know what I'd appreciate more. A big fat bowl or you to share the show? I think right now at this point, a big fat bowl. But they're about equal. No, she's not. Are you really going to space? I want to go to space with you, Becky Futchthornton. Fuck the beach. Let's go to space. Thank you, DJX Brown. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, DJX Brown. Thank you. I want to go to space with you, Becky Futchthornton. Fuck the beach. Let's go to space. DJX Brown. Thank you. DJ X Brown, thank you. DJ X Brown, thank you. DJ X Brown. Rave at my place? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it, do it, do it. Rave at my place? Let's do it. And dang, and dang, and dang, and dang, dang. Fuck, I can't find the strobe light. Alright, rave at Jason's house! Rave at Jason's house! Dang it, and dang it, and dang it, and dang it! Yep. Yep. No weed. No weed. Midnight. It's midnight. This moon's better. This moon is better. DJ X Rum. Did I try to get weed? I don't have any money to get weed, so I can't. There's nothing to try at the moment. Unless I misunderstood the question. Oh my goodness. Did I try to get weed? I don't have any money to get weed, so I can't. There's nothing to try. Oh my goodness. My wife refuses to buy weed anymore, so it's fine. I don't need it. Ouch. What's up? Not too much. My wife and I have been fighting. I don't need it. Wow, that's awesome, DJ. DJ X Brown. Well, that's a pretty cool business to be in. My wife and I have been fighting. Dream job, kind of, maybe. I hope. Hopefully, it's still enjoyable even when it's a job. Wow, that's awesome, DJ. DJ X Brown. That's a pretty cool business to be in. Dream job, kind of, maybe. Is that are you doing it on purpose, Lyle? I think I was talking to you before. You were on the tolerance break, right? I think it's me that's upset. I'm upset. What am I upset about? I think I was talking to you before. I don't know. I was talking on the show, or I've just been talking more about the stuff that I've been through in this marriage. I think it's me that's upset. I'm upset. And I'm just, I don't know. I'm bitter, I guess. What am I upset about? I'm bitter. I don't know. I was talking on the show, or I've just been talking more about the stuff that I've been through in this marriage. It's alright. I'm just a big complainer. Big whiner. Oh, that's terrible. You lost it. Ouch. Ouch. Nice. That sounds like a much better job.
Oh, that's terrible. You know, ouch.
Yeah, there's just been so much conflict.
That sounds like a much better job.
And I was talking about it more. Talked about it in the shower show yesterday and on By Mouth Daily last night.
There's been so much conflict.
And
I was talking about it more.
I don't know. I just let her tell the story, like fill in the blanks, and even in my own head, and
Last night.
felt just guilty. And really, you know, like no, abuse is never a one-way street. But I'm
Even in my own head.
the victim of a significant amount of abuse.
Guilty.
Whatever. I'm just angry, and I don't know. I want to let it go. I want to forgive her.
One way, but I'm
Part of it is probably I'm just horny too, and she just like makes me feel bad about myself.
just angry, and I don't know. I want to let
Whatever.
Go. I want to forgive her. Part of it is probably I'm just horny too, and she just like makes me feel bad about myself.
Thanks, DJ. I never know what to say. I really do. It took me a long time to even get to this point where I can like feel like it's a betrayal to talk about her.
I never know what to say. I really do.
It's a betrayal to tell the truth. Well, you know, the truth should never be a betrayal.
I get to this point where I can like feel like it's a betrayal to talk about her.
You know, if you don't
Well, you know, the truth should never be a betrayal.
Thanks, Wolfram. And thanks, Katie. Well, part of it is like, I think part of it is the guilt, you know, because like the parts, you know, the parts where I've been abusive
Thanks, Wolfram.
are not excused because she was abusive.
It's like, I think part of it is like,
You know, I think sometimes I think it's a reason.
You know, the parts where I've been
It's an explanation of why.
are not.
But her behavior doesn't excuse my behavior. And so I think that's why it was really hard for me to accept, I don't know.
It's an explanation of why. But her behavior doesn't excuse my behavior. And so I think that's why it was really hard for me to accept. I don't know.
My pleasure, Vincent. My pleasure. I get a lot out of doing it. I think we just both need to be separated. I do. I think this is irreconcilable. It's just too much.
I get a lot out of doing it.
Our 10-year anniversary is coming up in a few days.
I think we just both need to be separated. I do. I think this is
Not usually, no. I've tried to get her to watch them, but she refuses. And it's not just the videos. It seems like I've been trying forever to get her to care about something. This show is probably me just, I don't know, the lengths I'll go to try to impress my wife. Jesus Christ.
It's not just the video. It seems like I've been trying forever to get her to care about something. This show is probably me just, the lengths I'll go to try to impress my wife. Jesus Christ.
Have we thought about... Well, we've done individual counseling. I don't know. It seems like we have breakthroughs in communication. It just never sticks, and... I don't know.
It seems like we we have breakthroughs in communication and it just never sticks. And
Oh, I tell her. I mean, I tell her the things that I... She doesn't want to know the truth. That's why she doesn't watch the show. She doesn't want to hear it. She wants to pretend she lives in a fantasy land where she's never done anything wrong. And she has a perfect husband that
she doesn't want to know the truth.
Never sucked a dick in his life.
She doesn't want to hear it. She wants to pretend she lives in a fantasy land where she's never done anything wrong. And she has a perfect husband that never sucked a dick in his life.
You know, and I just don't understand. If she couldn't handle the fact that I was attracted to men, like, why the fuck did she marry me in the first place? I came out to her when we were just friends. We were like best friends.
I just don't understand. If she couldn't handle the fact that I was attracted to men, like, why?
And there was a guy that lived in my apartment building that I knew through my friend. He went to college with my friend. He was his college roommate. And when he moved into my apartment building, he came, you know, I found out he'd come out, and I wasn't out. And I was like, wow, he's kind of hot, dang it. And so, like, I decided I was going to come out to my friends and family and everybody. So I told Laura, and this was before we were a couple. She had a boyfriend at the time even. And
I wasn't out. And I was like, wow.
But then that guy rejected me. He rejected me. He was like, turned me down. And so that kind of put like the kibosh on my coming out. And then it wasn't long after that, the Laura,
but then that guy rejected me.
She expressed her feelings for me. And they were reciprocated. I thought she was really awesome.
Kibosh on my coming out. And then it wasn't long after that, the Laura.
But then she let her insecurities about the fact that whatever, I don't know. And when she started drinking really heavily in our relationship, you know, one time she like caught me masturbating. It didn't caught me. I put myself in where she would find me. I just wanted to, like, you know, I just wanted to initiate some sexual contact, and she mocked me. And that was the last straw. I'm like, that's it. That's it. I want to start having, because it had been a year since we had sex. I would have been fine masturbating. Like, I've always been a serial monogamist. I've gone years in relation, but I'm not going to be mocked either, you know? Like,
because it had been a year since we had sex. I would have been fine masturbating. Like, I've always been a serial monogamist.
Hey, Mickey Meek.
Years in relation, but I'm not going to be mocked either, you know? Like,
and then when I did come out and started exploring my sexuality, that was too much for her. And then she became physically violent.
And then when I did come out and started
punched me
that was too much for her.
in the face on 3 separate occasions, and clawed my body on 2 different occasions. Yeah, I was a serial monogamist, like I said.
3 separate occasions.
Lost my virginity
Clawed my body on 2 different.
when I was 18 years old to a woman. Her name was Christy.
That was a serial.
And
Like I said.
she was 19.
Lost my virginity.
We lived together. Like, it wasn't long after that we moved to Madison together. That was 19 years ago now. And we lived together for an apartment in a year.
19.
And then I was outside of a relationship after that, and I didn't have sex for another 2 years. Dang it, and 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 dang it.
19 years ago now.
And then I had a short relationship with 2 women before Laura.
Dang it, and 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 dang it. 19 years ago.
And one was like a 2-week relationship, and
With 2 women.
I was seeing her when Laura and I think Laura saw me with this other young woman and saw that, oh, well, he still does like women, and I kind of like him. And let's see. But before that, so in between when I got rejected by that one guy and Laura and I becoming a couple, I had like a one-night stand with a guy, an acquaintance through work.
When I got rejected by that one guy,
And then, okay, so
Laura and I becoming a couple.
most of the sex I've had with guys is just one-night stands, hookups from Grindr.
One night stand with
A few people, you know, you go back to the same well, but a lot of times it's somebody new.
and then
But so there's that guy, the first guy. There's a long time between the first guy I had sex with and the second guy. The first guy I had sex with
sex I've had with guys
was right before Laura and I became a couple.
from Grindr. A few people.
And then the next time I had sex with a guy was,
But so there's that guy. The first guy.
so that would have been 2004. And then the first time I had sex with a guy. And then the second time I had sex with a guy, it was 2013.
Before Laura and I became a couple. And then
It's almost 9 years in between.
the guy was.
And what?
So that would have been 2004. And then the first time I had sex with a guy.
So, have I ever been in a relationship with a guy?
It was
So kind of, I fell into a relationship with the guy that I had sex with 11 years ago, right? This is another horrible, fucked up, traumatic story.
And
So I lost my gay virginity to this guy
I've ever been in a relationship with a guy.
back in 2004.
Into a relationship with the guy that I had sex
Fast
with.
forward till 2013,
This is another
and
fucked up traumatic story.
I opened up my marriage and started having sex with guys on Grindr.
Lost my.
Well, I reconnected with this guy, the guy I lost my gay virginity to, on
In
Facebook.
2004.
We became Facebook friends.
Fast forward till 2013.
My wife knew of him because back in 2004,
Marriage and started
right after Laura and I became a couple, then we were going to the Tornado Room,
this guy
a restaurant here in Madison, and
on Facebook.
I was walking.
We became Facebook.
I was walking, holding Laura's hand, and we were crossing the street, and all of a sudden,
My wife knew
this
of
guy,
him because back in 2004,
Neil,
right after Laura and I became a couple, then
he
we were going to the Tornado Room.
walks up to us and starts walking backwards away from us as we're walking towards him, towards the restaurant. He was at the Rainbow Room, this gay bar right next to the Tornado
We
Room,
were crossing the street, and all of a sudden,
and
this guy.
he starts listing off my social security number, my birthday,
He
blah, 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 blah. You know, just kind of like to show ownership or something, I guess. At the time, it was sort of flattering. I was like, wow, I guess I made an impression, right?
to the Tornado Room.
And he had also given me a gift card. He sent it to me in the mail or gave it to me at work or something to get my septum pierced because I'd mentioned to him that I want to get my septum pierced. So we had that gift card sitting around. So basically, what I'm telling you this is Laura knew who he was aware of him. And
He had also given me a gift.
so then fast forward to 2013,
Sent it
we
to me,
reconnected on Facebook.
gave it to me at work or something.
We didn't hook up again.
Septum pierced.
Because to be perfectly honest, I wasn't really that attracted to him.
Septum pierced. So we had that gift card sitting around. So basically, but
I did go over to his house once,
was aware of him.
and I would have had sex with him, but
Forward to 2000,
I don't know, I guess he chickened out or something.
we reconnected on Facebook. We didn't hook up again.
Anyway,
To be perfectly honest, I wasn't really.
so then I chat with him every once in a while, and we shared that memory of having lost my virginity, and he always said, he said he always had a thing for me, so. But whatever. So
then, having lost my virginity.
So we were friends on Facebook for about 6 months.
He said he always had a thing for me, so.
And then that's about, or maybe a year, I don't know. But that's about the time that I got diagnosed with HIV. And that was, he was already aware of some of the abuse that had been going on. He was aware of the scratching that she had done to me and some of the other stuff. And, so
But that's about the time
he had offered me a place to stay, just to escape. And,
he was aware of the scratching that she had done to me and some of the other stuff. And
I didn't really want to move in with him. I didn't.
He had offered me a place to
And
stay. Just to escape.
But once I got diagnosed with HIV, Laura's like, you got to find someplace else to be. You got to go someplace else. Because we were fighting a lot. And she's like, you go stay with your sister. And I couldn't stay with my sister because she'd sabotaged that relationship. She, like I said, she had this habit of recording me, losing my temper.
Go stay with your sister. I couldn't stay with my sister because she.
Perfect example of it. Like when I was diagnosed, she punched me in the nose on top of Pikes Peak. This was the last time she was physically violent. So this is 2015. Like it's not as intense as it was back then.
Losing my temper.
But she didn't record herself punching me. But she did record me screaming at her on the way down.
This is the last time she was physically violent. This is 2015.
And she just had this habit. I didn't even know it for a while that she was recording me.
But she didn't record herself punching me. But she did record.
But she'd only record one side of it, of course. And then she sent these videos to my sister without me knowing about it. My sister didn't ask me for an explanation. She just judged me really harshly.
But she only record one side of it, of course.
I can understand why my sister was taken aback, but I would have appreciated at least her taking the time to get my side of it.
Really harshly.
Well, anyway, she's like, you have to stay with your sister, and I'm like, no, I can't stay with her. Everybody turned their back on me when I was diagnosed. Anyway,
but I would have appreciated at least her.
So then Laura calls up this dude. I don't remember where I was at, but I was driving home, and all of a sudden I get this phone call, and Neil's there to pick me up.
Everybody turned their back on me.
And so then I lived with him for a year. And that was like jumping from the fire, or from the firing pan into the fire.
I don't remember where I was at.
He's gropey and rapey, and just as much of a drunk as she was.
Neil's there to pick me up.
Worse even.
And so then I
Who
lived
knows?
with him for a year. And that was like jumping from the fire.
And a lot of times I would just consent to the sex after,
And rapey, and just as much of a drunk.
just because I felt like I owed it to him. Here's this guy helping me
Worse even.
have a place to stay. Even though I'd be in tears saying, I don't want to ever have sex again, the next night he'd be groping me.
Just because I felt like I owed it to him. Here's this guy helping me
And,
have a place to stay.
and I also contracted
Even though I
anal warts and herpes from this dude.
The next night he'd be groping me.
And I'm just bitter. Whatever. I don't know. And
Anal warts and
so there's a lot of times he was sexually assaulting me. Like he was drunk, gropey. Like it felt like he was gonna rip my penis off, make me bleed. And super jealous too. Like I wasn't seeing anybody else. I was just working. But like one time he showed up at my coworker's house because he used Find My iPhone to find me. I dropped her off after a 12-hour shift, and he just waltzes in to her house so drunk he could barely stand.
seeing anybody else. I was just working, but like
I went on Facebook. Before I even started having sex with guys, I came out as bisexual on Facebook.
coworker's house. Because he used Find My iPhone to find me. I dropped her off after
And
shift, and he could barely.
It's my mood, I guess.
Before I even started having sex with guys, I came out with this bisexual.
I think I could. Some of these facts could be wrong. Like I might have had sex with guys and then came out on Facebook. I can't remember for sure, but I think I came out
It's my mood, I guess.
as being attracted to men before. And
Some of these.
so most of the time I consented. I would say he's sexually assaulted me and I had to slap him to make him stop a lot of times, like in the first 3 months of our relationship. But it got much better. It got much better after he stopped drinking. But still, the damage was done. Like, I had a lot of negative feelings already. And then,
Sexually assaulted me and I just slapped him to make him stop.
you know, I kind of revoked his permission to, like, touch me without explicitly asking. And I'm like, I made that clear many times. And this is why I say he raped me. Even though, like, I let it happen, and it was more like a test, really. I was like, I kept saying no, but I like, you know, I was enjoying it. I even came.
I made that clear many times.
And right afterwards, I'm like, you know, you raped me, right? I'm like, I felt good, but you raped me.
I let it happen, and it was more like a test, really. I was like, I kept saying no, but
And it wasn't long after, like, we were doing whippets around that time, and I was doing whippets, and I just, like, it all came flooding out. I'm like, you fucking raped me. I asked him for help doing it. This was when Facebook Live, before I actually had a show, I asked him to hold the camera, and he's just like, wanted to be the star of the show. Which is fine, I guess. But I'm like, I was on whippets, and then I'm like, can't you just do what I ask? And I'm like, just always, and then I started screaming and screaming at him. And then he called the cops on me and had me thrown in fucking jail. Those charges got dropped, but I don't know.
And then he called the cops on me and me thrown.
I don't know. Life's rough.
Those charges got dropped, but
I missed it. I missed what you said, Rebecca. I'm gonna. I guess it's good to get it out. I don't know. I've been so embarrassed to talk about this shit. And then also just like, you know, I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for, you know, like probably people he knows will see this. You know, it's embarrassing to be, you know, and I don't think he never meant to hurt me, and I think he did want to help me.
it's embarrassed to talk about this shit.
Probably. I don't know what goes through people's heads. And my wife, I feel like it's a betrayal, you know? Like,
You know, I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for, you know, like, probably people he knows will see this. You know, it's embarrassing that I don't know what goes through people's heads. And my wife, I feel like it's a betrayal, you know? Like,
you know, but like these things happen to me, and I have a right to tell my story, you know, like I do, and I'm going to. She's back to drinking every night, pretty much, and I think that's why I'm so upset right now. Like, it's like happening over again.
but like these things happen to me, and I have a right to tell my story, you know, like, I do, and I'm going to. She's back to drinking every night, pretty much, and I think that's why I'm so upset right now. Like, it's like happening over again.
Well, if I'm not living in the past, it's deja vu. That's for goddamn sure.
If I'm not living in the past, it feels it's deja vu. That's for goddamn sure.
I guess so. I don't know. I have Schrodinger's hope. It's both alive and dead. And that's high praise there, Wolfram. exactly, DJ. 'Cause this helps me with cancer battle, all the support. The fact that some of the times I completely forget about, I'm just enjoying the stream because of his wacky antics. That's really, really nice to hear. Thank you.
That's high praise there.
And it's okay to be in love with me? Well, shucks. Shucks. That's certainly okay. My fondest and favorite memories. I'll tell you my earliest memory. Pretty sure my earliest memory is sleeping on my mommy's tummy. And it's a very pleasant memory as well. I always slept in a family bed. I don't know, when I was really little, my brother was 11 years older than me, my sister's 12 years older than me, and then it was my parents. So I was like the baby by far. And my mom always said that whenever she'd go to my crib, I would never be in it. Somebody would always have me. And
my brother was 11 years older than me, my sister's 12 years older than me.
Yeah, so sleeping with my mommy.
I was like the baby by far. And my mom always said that I would...
Yeah, I do. I
would never be in it. They would always have me.
And other memories from that time period, like...
Yeah, just sleeping with my mommy.
Christmas. It was Christmas Eve. And I assume, at the time... so I was probably 5. And I've always been a contrarian and a skeptic, so I think I pretty much ruled out Santa Claus.
It was Christmas Eve.
But my parents bought another 2 or 3 years of Santa because again, I slept in a family bed, so I was in bed with them, and all of a sudden we'd hear, like, on the roof.
I think I pretty much ruled out Santa Claus.
On the roof.
But my parents bought another 2 or 3 years.
My parents were like, Santa's here. And my mom, I was like, I wanted to go see too. And my mom's like, no, he won't leave any presents if he sees you. And so she snuck out and then came back and she's like, I saw him. I saw him.
And my parents like, Santa's here.
That's pretty cool. That's impressive too.
My mom's like, no.
Tell me, early memories. That must be fun.
So she snuck out and then came back and she's like,
Jacob, it has been a while. I wouldn't say my memory's photographic. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I just have, like... I don't know. It's just like bells ring. If I've heard something before, it's like this faint bell inside my brain rings. That's familiar.
I wouldn't say my memory's photographic. It's pretty good.
Katie says,
Pretty good.
co-sleep with my 2 babies. My mom says it's ridiculous, but when I was a kid, she never let me sleep with her, and I had nightmares, so it's nice. That's what I always... whenever I talk to kids or adults that didn't sleep with their parents, they all had night terror. And it doesn't... It's evolutionarily... I mean, really, do you think 100,000 years ago, when we were living in caves or wherever we were living, do you think they found a separate, smaller cave nearby the bigger cave to leave their infant in?
Evolutionarily, I mean, really.
Like, do you think... No. No, you stayed close together.
Wherever we were living.
It's unnatural. And I used to be so embarrassed. I used to be so embarrassed of sleeping with my mom. It was a family secret.
The bigger cave to leave their infant in. Like, do you think? No.
Olivia Lindholm says, there isn't one single positive attribute about your personality. Well, I beg to differ. I have HIV, and I am HIV positive. God damn it. I am HIV positive.
Lindholm says, there isn't one single positive attribute about your personality. Well, I beg to differ. I have HIV, and I am HIV positive. God damn it. I am HIV positive.
I love you too, Dandelion. I'm glad that you sleep with your daughter, Jacob. That's good. It is good. I think it's warm. It's such a good feeling. Such warm, loving feeling. I don't know. Cuddling, snuggling. Thank you. Beautiful gloved winged man. Most of the gloved winged men are. Such a good feeling. Oh, I love it too. That's awesome. They taught me how to snuggle. I'm a good snuggle. I'm like a killer, kick-ass snuggler now. I can snuggle like nobody's business. I do. I love it too. I do. Awesome. They're getting older now though, 6 and 7. So now it used to be at, you know, like it used to be where they needed me in there to fall asleep. It'd be a big fight if I tried to leave. Now they're getting older, and I can actually be like, if they get up and come out here during the show, I can just walk them back to bed. They're getting older now, though, 6 and 7. They needed me in there to fall asleep. It'd be a big fight if I tried to leave. Now they're getting older, and I can actually be like, if they get up and come out. You just bought him a Thomas the Train bed, and he's still. I know my parents tried to buy me a water bed. I think because that was one of the excuses why I always wanted to sleep in there, is that they had a water bed. And they got me a water bed. No, that's not going to do it. Oh, another story. My mom used to like to tell this story at extended family, like at Christmas and stuff. She used to like to tell this story. Funny mom, hilarious. Yeah, so there's one time, because my dad worked nights. So usually I only slept with my mom when my dad was working. When he had off, I was relegated back to my bed. Funny mom, hilarious. And one night when he was off work, you know, I really wanted to sleep up there so really badly. So I crawled in the middle of the night. I crawled into my parents' bedroom, onto my mom's side of the bed, and I reached up to hold my mom's hand, and unbeknownst to me, I grabbed my dad's hand rather than my mom's hand, and she started laughing. And I'm like, shh, shh, and she kept laughing and laughing. Everybody got a good kick out of it. Hold my mom's hand. Olivia's probably a sock. Whoever the sock is that keeps making socks to give me a hard time. Dang it, Dad. Yeah, so my mom used to like to tell that story to my aunts and uncles and everyone. Everybody got a good kick out of it. Cracker! Olivia's probably a sock. Whoever the sock keeps making socks to give me a raise. To my aunts and uncles and everyone. Cracker! Olivia's probably a sock. Whoever the sock keeps making They're kind of sparkly, just hard to see it. The light's a little bright, it washes them out. Fairy wings kick butt. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Smith Sloan says, "Howdy there, Jason. How is we this fine day? Doing pretty decent. Pretty decent. I feel better after getting all that shit out and you guys are still supportive of me. Like, I was just worried everybody would be like, oh my god.
Fairy wings kick butt. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially, I'm just really sensitive. Like, my wife just had me believing that I just was like this terrible person for so long. And, like, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. And abuse is never a one-way street.
I feel better after getting all that shit out and get like, oh my god.
Dang it to heck.
Especially, I'm just really sensitive. Like, my wife just.
Good morning from Egypt. I dreamt of you. I'm watching the show too much. Nice. Nice. Not too much, but it's nice that you're dreaming. Just came. Oh, I was just going on and on about really personal stuff about being raped and
I dreamt of you. I'm watching the show too much.
like, domestic violence that I've experienced.
Not too much, but it's nice that you're dreaming. Just came out.
We all can be amazing. I think nobody's perfect, but we all can be amazing too. Everybody's fancy and fine, just the way they are.
Being raped.
She calls me the narcissist. Dang it. What's Olivia worried about? I'm curious. Olivia. Don't just change the subject, Jason. Good stuff.
She calls me the narcissist.
I didn't purposely change it. I just got lost.
What's Olivia worried about?
All right, I'll pull out. It's probably going to be too far gone, but I'll check it out.
Don't just change the subject, Jason. Good stuff. I didn't purposely change it. I just got lost. What's Olivia worried about? All right, I'll pull out. It's probably going to be too far gone.
I don't think there's much difference between women and men. I really don't. Dang it to heck. Like, guys can be real assholes, especially after they come. I found that. And I didn't realize how how much they can be. I should have known. It's probably kind of obvious, but until you experience it firsthand. Where's mouth? Wherever you experience it. All right, let's see.
Real assholes, especially after they come. I found that, and I didn't realize how much they can be. I should have known. It's kind of obvious, but man,
nothing's really happening other than just like people were asking why I was having a bad day, and I just have been arguing with my wife. That and I'm out of weed.
all right, let's see.
I've just been talking the past couple of days. I showed yesterday the pictures of.
Nothing's really happening.
I showed yesterday the pictures of
We're asking why I was having a bad day.
the physical assault that the times he punched me and clawed me and whatever.
That and I'm out of weed. I've just been talking the past couple days. I showed yesterday the pictures of physical assault that the times he punched me and clawed me.
Oh, I fell for it. I fell for it. I mean, part of it is just like, you know, like, well, there's just so much culture teaches us that a husband that has sex with more than just his wife is bad and wrong and probably deserves a beating. Who knows?
I fell for it. I fell for it.
But the thing is, I was like honest with her.
You know, like, well, there's just so much
Cheating. I just hate the word cheating. Even it's like it implies it's a game, and to me, it's not really a game.
Sex with more than just his wife. This probably deserves. So who knows? I fell for it. I fell But the thing is, I was like honest with her.
So you said you're up north from Texas. Where are you at, DJ?
To me, it's not really a game.
DJX.
So you said you're up north.
What makes
Where are you at, DJ?
No, I didn't cut my hair. I think it gets thinner and thinner all the time because it like, especially at the far ends, because it breaks. It probably breaks right here, and so it's thick probably right up here. But
No, I didn't cut my hair. I think
so they have legal in Michigan. Huh?
it gets thinner and thinner all the time because it like, especially it probably breaks right here, and so it's thick probably right up here. But
That could be fun. I've never done a harvest before. You could teach me all the ins and outs of what's it? Horticulture.
that could be fun. I've never done a harvest before. You could teach me all the.
Do you make extracts too?
Horticulture.
Do you have a storefront? It's just when I get nervous. The beard's helping reduce that, but New Jersey. Well, you should also come to Wisconsin too. You should all come and hang out here. We'll have a big orgy in the echo chamber. Dandelion says, I'm in Peoria, kind of by Chicago. Not very far at all.
Use that, but New Jersey. So I'll come and hang out here.
It's too busy for me. I went there and realized Chicago feels like a real city, doesn't it? Well, now it probably feels like a war zone. But
Not very far at all.
it's funny. When I first visited, I was 18, and I went and spent a week in Chicago. My girlfriend Christy at the time I mentioned earlier, she had friends that lived in Chicago, and I went and stayed with her friend and her friend's mom.
Now it probably feels like a war zone.
And I just remember
When I first
feeling like it was one of my first times ever spending any amount of time in a real city.
friends that lived in Chicago.
Madison does not feel like a city, neither. And
Her friend and
I just remember feeling like, wow, like how can this be sustained over the long haul?
feeling
Like who's gonna do the upkeep on this?
amount of time in a real
Dang it!
and Madison does not feel like a city neither. And
Thank you, Jessica.
Like, wow, like, how can this be sustained over the long haul? Like, who's gonna do the upkeep?
Some people have noticed that I have a request time button. Like you can make an appointment with me. That Jason is the social scientist with the page. But the thing is, it's kind of a joke. I offer everybody the same appointment. April 20th, 2020, so 4/20/2020 at 4:20 a.m. to 4:20 p.m. And
But the thing is, it's kind of a joke. I offer everybody the same appointment.
but once I started offering everybody the same appointment, I'm like, let's have a party.
April 20th,
Let's have a party.
2020, so 4/20/2020.
We should rent a
20 a.m. to 4:20
I don't know,
p.m.
a house. Your birthday's 4/20, Samantha? Nice.
But once I start on, let's have a party.
How long have you been doing it, DJX? I'll bake your cake. Wait, what does that mean?
Rent I don't know, a house. DJ.
Wolfram 6 hours north. Rebecca is 5 hours south. Let's meet in the middle. Woo woo.
Oh, bake your cake.
Dang it to heck. Vivalva says, I'm going to meet Ozzy tomorrow. Like, Ozzy Osbourne? Wow. Wow. What context? Whatever happened to Olivia? Never did. I've tried to look to see what her...
Vivalva says, I'm going to meet Ozzy.
Dang it to heck.
Ozzy Osbourne? Wow.
Why am I so... I think we're all... I know the answer. Let me answer my own question. We're just tuned to focus on the negative things. And I think our brains are tuned to do that so we can avoid them.
Whatever happened to Olivia?
But to me, I just waltz right into him.
Look to see whether...
I have to use the bathroom. Ladies are fun. Woo-hoo.
Why am I so... Again, we're all... I know the answer, so let me answer my own question. We're tuned to do that so we can avoid them. Into him. I have to use the bathroom. Ladies are fun.
Time for a bathroom break. Yeah, sock.
Time for a bathroom break. 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 Time for a bathroom break.
I'm back. What did you think, Rebecca? Well, it is kind of. It's getting there. It's getting there. You know, we got the Obama hangings. All this stuff is all on the staircase. It's like it's getting pretty decorated everywhere. Not quite as cluttered as this, though. Medina, how are you? My wife says it looks tacky. She said, it looks so tacky in here. Really?
No, we got
Really?
Obama dolls on the staircase. It's like it's getting pretty. As cluttered as this, though. Medina.
Tommy Lickman.
My wife says it looks
I
tacky.
love the random times when I get on Facebook and this is live. It's always straight hearts across my screen. Aw. I like to say I like to force people's perspective and then break it. Oh! Oh!
Tommy Lickman.
Guess what time it is?
The random times when I get on Facebook and this is live, it's always straight hearts across my screen.
I have to look at my watch, but
I like to force people's
it's time to peel the banana.
and then break it.
Time to peel the banana. Hey, Vincent.
Oh. Oh. Guess what time it is?
I miss you too. How's the music coming?
I have to look at the clock
Oh
on my
yeah.
watch, but
Peel it. Peel it. Oh yeah.
time to peel the banana. Time to peel the banana. Hey, Vincent.
Samantha says, I have one room to party in. I'm at Alice in Wonderland Mushroom Acid Free. It's nice. Well, I have the toys. I just need to hang them. I've got the toys. I just need to hang them. Oh, if you got something special you want to hang, I'd hang the moon for you, Wolfram. If it wasn't already hung, I'd hang the moon for you.
I have the toys. I just need to hang them.
It's a good perspective. I've never seen Facebook be so positive. Thank you. It's the HIV. It's the HIV. When life hands you HIV, Turn that shit into Kool-Aids. Album's almost done. Nice.
Hung, I'd hang the moon for you.
You have to let me know when it's done. I'll play it on here. I'm looking for the... I have the apple. I can't find the leaf, though, and it looks dumb without the leaf.
Be so positive.
It's dumb. I hate
The
it.
HIV.
Dang it.
In life hands you HIV.
Where is that thing?
You have to let me know when it's done. I'll play it on here. I have the apple. I can't find the leaf, though. It looks dumb without the leaf. Dumb.
I'll put it back up there for you. But it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. I'm gonna glue that leaf in there. It always falls out. Yeah, you bet, man. Michael wrote a theme song for the show. I should play it again.
I'll put it back up there for you. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. I'm gonna glue that. Yeah, you bet, man. Michael wrote
Oliver Foley. Period. Rebecca's happy. Music would be cool.
a theme song for the show.
Probably theme music I could get away with, but I'm gonna play instead Medina's song. Or let's see, hang on. And then maybe we'll do a dance.
Oliver Foley. Period. Rebecca's happy. Music would be a theme song for the show. Probably theme music I could get away with, but I'm gonna play instead Medina's song. Or let's see, hang on. And then maybe we'll do a dance.
This is way back in March 19th.
It's Jason, the social scientist. It's Jason, the social scientist. It's late night pill popping, so come and take a hit. I'm out Billy.
One more time.
It's Jason, the social scientist. It's Jason, the social scientist.
Thank you, Medina. I love you.
It's late night pill popping, so come and take a hit.
Buy my daily. I should use this more. I don't know what my problem is. Living the American dream. Damn. Is that why my life is such a nightmare? No, no. I was really bleak before I started doing the show. I had no hope. I couldn't imagine a path to things being any better.
I don't know what my problem is.
Now I'm happy despite myself.
Living the American dream.
Dang it to heck.
Is that why my life is such a nightmare? No, no.
I love you, Medina. Thank
I
you.
was really bleak before I started doing the show. I had no hope. I couldn't imagine a path to things being any better. Now I'm happy.
I'd try it.
Myself.
I'd do a 3-day ayahuasca
Dang it to heck.
trip. I'd try it. Oh, we're watching Toy Wolfram. Step over this way. The show makes me happy. It does. And just makes me happier and happier all the time. I'm proud of it. I'm proud of myself.
3-day
I'm appreciative
try it.
of all the love and support I get from.
Step over this way.
I heard a lot of negative voices from the people in my life, and now,
It does.
and I always, I didn't always have a poor self-esteem. I had,
Happier and happier.
certainly I had crises of confidence, and was always worried I wasn't smart enough or whatever. But I always liked myself, and I didn't think I was a bad person.
I'm proud of it.
And after everything I've been through and the things that I've done, I felt like a bad person. I don't know, called my wife horrible names and whatever.
Heard a lot of
Shoved a
negative voices from the people in
kid's
my life.
toilet seat in her face, a dirty one. I don't know, just bad stuff. Abuse is never a one-way street. It never is. And I'm much more quick to anger now, and dang it to heck. My kids have seen me yell.
And I always, I didn't always have a force. Was always worried I wasn't smart enough or whatever. But I always liked myself person. I've been through and the things that I've done. Called my
Dang it
wife.
to heck. Dang it to heck.
Showed it. And much more quick to anger now. And dang it to heck.
I'm glad you got some, Wolfram.
The kids
The
have
bathroom
seen me
breaks are
yell.
terrifying. What happened?
Always have a force. Was always worried I wasn't smart enough or whatever. But I always liked myself person.
Thank you, Jason. I feel loved. I do. You guys wouldn't spend, that's the thing. People can say, it's easy to say things, but people show up and they spend 4 hours here. People wouldn't do that just to be nice.
I'm glad you got some, old friend.
And that's very validating.
The bathroom breaks are terrifying. What happened?
All the do and don't. So confused.
You guys would
Where'd all these people come from? Hello, everyone. Somebody shared the show. Thank you who shared the show. Welcome, everybody. I haven't really done much about the show, really. It's just been me bitching and whining and complaining, so.
4 hours here.
Welcome. This is Jason is a Social Scientist by Mouth Daily. Pill number 341. The pill is Triumec. It's a once-a-day pill containing 3 medications.
Hello, everyone.
Abacavir, Dolutegravir, and Lamivudine.
You shared the show. Welcome.
Together they work in concert to suppress the replication of the HIV virus within my system. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers.
Pill number 341.
Hey, Alik.
The pill is Triumec. It's a once-a-day.
I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support.
Abacavir, Dolutegravir, and Lamivudine.
After 341 pills, 341 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and spend time with me, the community that's risen up and around and about the show, to me that's the most significant thing. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. Yeah, so after 341 pills, 341 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell. Boy, do she know. Hell. I mean, heck. This show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas, and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment, with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also the Matrix, In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harness the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warp nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity.
Also, The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the
I don't expect... Oh, the show now takes place in an echo chamber created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source.
Eye of Thundera.
Yeah, so the show's also like an old-timey variety show,
Nacelle.
Carol Burnett style,
A static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity.
mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a helping of Hee Haw,
The show now
heaps of Benny Hill,
in an echo
a hint of the Highlander,
chamber created by me.
tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf,
Our reality and the source. Old time style.
a corny ear of Dumbo,
Mixed with
an undone Benjamin Button, a spoonful of Mary Poppins, a cup of Creepshow and Castaway, a college try of I Spy.
of the Highlander.
Dang it to heck.
Tons
Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan, and a pound of Popeye. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and a ration of Rocky Horror Picture Show. An ounce of Oz,
Dumbo.
a gallon of Gilligan's Island,
A cup
and Game of Thrones. It's a 4-hour tour. It's 4 hours every night.
A college try of I Spy.
Dang it to heck. Finally, lump in Rick and Morty with a leader of I Love Lucy. And wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
You got the show.
A gallon of Gilligan's Island. And Game of Thrones. It's a 4-hour tour.
Dang it to heck, everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant.
Finally,
Harambe will always be ready for her high fives.
a leader of I
The
Love
first and the second coming will always be risen with Little Boner and Big Boner. The Supermen will always be seamstresses and spinsters working the smut shop. The Twin Towers will always stand with Lady Liberty.
including and especially me.
You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign. Like men did in the days of old.
And Big Boner.
I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time memorial.
Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign. Like men did.
Harambe high fives. I'm very shy around people too. Having a glass wall between, not having to look people in the eye. It really helps me with that.
History of anachronism for your future children.
All right, Harambe, give me 5. Woo!
For elderly
Yes.
grandparents. May they enjoy it now. In time. High fives. I'm too. Between people in the eyes.
Did I get him? What's this? Hannah, Rochelle Kerr says, what's this? Superman says, hey, Rochelle. Oh, this is a dance party. I dance here every night. This is my dance house. It's called Superman's Sexy Something. Good to see you, Medina. Good to see you.
Superman. This is my TikTok. Sexy something.
The two aren't mutually exclusive. Vincent says, I'm amused. This is funny. Either I'm high on weed or he's actually wearing wings. It could be both. It could be both. This is the donut song. The donut song.
You walk the street, you have no care. You walk through life and not where you go through life, make it to go. What's the donut, not the hole? It's written on the rainbow, in letters made of gold. It's written on the rainbow, there's wisdom to see gold. My friend, the little sparrow, flew close enough to see. Written on the rainbow.
This philosophy. Walk the streets and you have no cares. Walk the lines and not the squares. Go through life like you're 6 years old. Watch the donut, not the hole. Rebecca, I just had finished the description. Not, was it Rebecca? Rochelle. Rochelle, was it? Come on down, Barney. I got an extra pair. Rochelle, I'll go through it. After the song's over, I'll go through the explanation again. Obama is everywhere. Let me get your fairy wings for you.
Rebecca, I just finished the description. Now, was it Rebecca or Rochelle? Rochelle, was it? Come on down, Bart. Maybe get an extra pair.
What is this?
Rochelle,
Oh, this is the donut song. The donut song. You got it memorized, Rebecca? They've been here already. They've come for me. Been to the I've been forced into the hospital. This is the 341st pill, the 341st show, but I probably started the show like 349 days ago. I was in the hospital, psych hospital. Here, they're right here. Come get them. Right here, Barney. Come on down, Barney.
you got it memorized, Rebecca? Been here already.
It's called the donut song.
I've been forced into the hospital. This is the 300.
When you walk the streets, have no cares. When you walk the lines and not the squares. When you go through life like you're 6 years old, watch the donut. Watch the donut, not the hole. It's called the donut song. When you walk the streets, have no cares. When you walk the lines and not the squares. When you go through life like you're 6 years old, watch the donut, not the hole. Burl Ives and the Men of Song, orchestra under the direction of Norman Layden. Watch the donut, not the hole, or the Bullfrog song. Oh. Pick my nose. Oh, I'm glad to have the Kexters in here. Dang it. Where's my shoe? I'm getting my shoe on the head as a preemptive thing here.
Lives.
I just saw a thing it's healthy to eat your boogers.
And the Men of Song.
Happy Friday the 13th to you. Let's listen to the donut song one more time.
The Bullfrog song. Pick my nose. Oh, I'm glad to have the textures in here. Shoe. I'm getting my shoe on the head as a preemptive thing here.
I know how awesome I am. Dang it to heck. Your grandma sounds awesome!
You have no care, you walk the lines and not the square. When you go through life, make you 6 years old. Watch the donut, not the hole. Written on the rainbow, in letters made of gold.
It's written on the rainbow in letters made of gold.
My friend, the little sparrow, flew close enough to see.
There's wisdom writ there in the rainbow.
Is the philosophy. When you walk, you have no care.
When you walk the streets and have no cares, when you walk the lines and not the squares, when you go through life like you're 6 years old, watch the donut, not the hole. I want to fly. Can you? Well, I probably can't help you with that much. I don't know, like maybe get a plane, buy a plane ticket.
There's wisdom right there.
I don't have a bowl to pack. I do have a bowl to pack. I don't have anything to pack in it.
When you walk the lines and not the squares, when you go through life like 6 years old, watch the
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come over, totally. Please do. Especially if you're gonna bring weed, that's amazing. But everybody's welcome. Wow. You should come visit, Danny, then. I would be happy to see you. Danny, the heck.
Come over, totally. Please do.
I do know how to fly, but
Amazing.
do you have magic dust? Dang it, to heck.
Visit Danny then. I would be happy to see you.
You totally should. That's one of the taglines of the show. Like, you know, it's a bastardization of Tim Leary's, like,
I do know how to fly, but
turn on.
it does.
Wait. Turn on. Wait. Turn on, tune in, and drop out. Instead of doing that, instead of turning on, tuning in, and dropping out, instead, you should. What should you do?
One of the taglines of the show, like,
You should turn off,
turn on,
tune out, and drop in. Instead of turning on,
turn on,
turn on, tune in, drop out, turn off,
tune in, and
tune
drop
out, and drop
Instead
in.
of doing that, instead of turning on, tuning in, and dropping out,
Tune out of the show,
instead,
turn off your Facebook accessing device, and drop in. Come and visit. Make it the real social experiment.
tune out, and drop in. Instead of turning on, turn on, tune in, drop out, turn off, tune out.
I can't tie a knot.
Tune out of the show, turn off your Facebook accessing device, and drop in. Experiment. Tune out, and drop in. Turn on, tune in, drop out, turn off, tune out. I can't tie a knot.
There. Perfect. Shoe on head. Chatelet. I am the Shoe King. We are God here. Dang it to heck. Dang it to heck. Shoe on head. Chatelet. Whoa. All right. Welcome to Jason is the Social Scientist. I think I promised an explanation. Your Chicken Shoe King has promised you an explanation, so you shall receive one. Welcome. This is Jason is a Social Scientist. By Mouth Daily. Pill number 341. The pill is Triumac. It's a once-a-day pill containing 3 medications, abacavir, dolutegravir, and the Movadine. Together they work in concert to suppress the replication of the HIV virus within my system. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 341 pills, 341 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around the show. Dang it to heck. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show. The community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. Again, after 341 pills, 341 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell! Boy, does she know. Boy, do she know. How? I mean, heck, this show has it all. Good night, Dandelion. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment. With Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcast on record, and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph. Risen up on the show. Dang it, heck, the bells, boat, the community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. Dandelion Jones, good night! Dandy's candy like Dandy's. I'm Randy Dandy. You taste like candy. All right, bring it back. All right. Good night, Dandelion. So yeah, after that, let's see. Whoa. Dang it to heck. So yeah, after 341 pills, 341 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Dang it to heck. I said that, the bells, bows. So, I like to say that the show is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment. with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcast on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also the Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I called a Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull. Maddie, hi. And cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood, containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I called a Rainbow Tunnel. The show now takes place in an echo chamber created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. Dang it to heck. Dang it to heck. The cylinders played in the 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book. I don't expect lay people to fully understand as this is advanced social science. Dang it to heck. Dang it to heck. Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a helping of Hee Haw and heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, a tincture of the Twilight Zone, and tons of Teen Wolf. Ow, 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 ow! Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan, a pound of Popeye, a whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and a ration of Rocky Horror Picture Show. A college try of I Spy, a corny ear of Dumbo, and a spoonful of Mary Poppins. A cup of Creepshow and Castaway. An ounce of Oz. A gallon of Gilligan's Island and Game of Thrones. It's a 4-hour show every night. It's a 4-hour tour. Dang it to heck. A dash of Mr. Ed. Two doses of Alice in Wonderland. Dang it, and dang it, and dang it. Finally, lump in Rick and Morty with a leader of I Love Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And you got the show. Dang it to heck. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for her high fives. Dang it, and dang it, and dang it, and dang it. The first and the second coming will always be risen with Little Boner and Big Boner. The Supermen will always be spinsters and sempstresses working in the sweatshop. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. The Twin Towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. Dang it, and 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 dang it. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. I just got finished explaining it. Barney, there's your problem. You shouldn't take me seriously. Richard's and I cannot stop watching. My girlfriend bailed on me because I found it hilarious. Oh well. What? Why? Usually couples love me. I like to be the meat in a couple sandwich. See? Vincent's wife likes it. Sorry, Richard. But she's right, it's mostly just me choking my chicken. Just me choking my chicken. Sometimes I play with my Woody too. You guys want to watch that? I know you Kexters do. You guys love Woody Woody play? My Woody always thinks he's got to be the biggest one in town. He's usually right. Oh, my wife likes the Kardashians too, but she refuses to watch my show. Boy, your girlfriend and my wife have a lot in common. Dude, butterfly. Reach for the sky. Look, my no hands. Let's get this wagon train a moving. All aboard! There's a snake in his boot. No, I'm just happy to see you guys. What are you scared of, Dex? Dexter is scared. Don't move, Dex. Don't move. I only can see movement. So if you hold real still, you'll be fine. Let's get this. Moving. Dexter! Dang it to heck! Get his boot. Here, Dexter. Don't move. Dexter! Come murder me!
Dexter, come murder me!
Dexter, I'm a murderer. I'm a murderer, Dexter. There's got to be a pun, right? A funny, punny guy. Oh my, I'm about to die. See, I told you I'm a murderer. What? Jump, jump. Yes. Ah! Oh, Hannah Rochelle Kirsch is still here. I got your middle name. Nicole Tingley does not understand what's going on here. All right, one more time. I'm going to go through it one more time. Nicole, this is about making you tingly.
Nicole, this is about making you tingly.
It's about you and being tingly. Nicole Tingley, this show is about you right now. And what else is it about? People often ask what my show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face, each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. The medication, the pill, is Triumec. It's the 341st pill that I'll be swallowing tonight, live on the Book of Face. The 341st show. Dang it to heck, we're going on a year doing this. Nightly. It's 4 hours a night now. It didn't always used to be, but it's been 4 hours for quite a while. Anyway, Nicole, welcome. This is Jason Is, the social scientist, by Mouth Daily, pill number 341. The pill is Triumec. It's a once-a-day pill containing 3 medications, abacavir, dolutegravir, and lamivudine. Together they work in concert. DJX. This doesn't happen overnight. This is just a product of being very bored and having too much time on my hands. All right. After 341 pills, 341 shows, the number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the community that's risen up and around and about the show, the people that come back night after night and spend up to 4 hours with me. To me, that's the most significant thing. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. Other support I found. You know, somebody once sent me a bunch of, 30 grams of mushrooms. I got acid twice. I don't have to buy drugs anymore. That means I'm a rock star. It's official. No, I don't do drugs. It's all smoke and mirrors. That's just a joke. That's just a joke. Aha. Okay. Dang it to heck. So, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy do she now. How? I mean, heck, this show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas. And that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment. With Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders, played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood, doing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. Containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harness the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warp nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber created by me that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't think so. Not anymore. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed and a dose of Alice in Wonderland. a helping of Hee Haw, and heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, a cup of Castaway and Creepshow. Dang it and dang it and dang it and dang it and dang it. An ounce of Oz, a quart of Quantum Leap,
Mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes.
a corny ear of Dumbo, and a spoonful of Mary Poppins, a college try of I Spy, and undone Benjamin Button. Dang it and dang it. Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan, a pound of Popeye, a whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and a ration of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Finally, lump in Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for her high fives. The first and the second coming will always be risen with Little Boner and Big Boner. The Supermen will always be seamstresses and spinsters working the sweatshop. The Twin Towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old.
Harambe will always be ready for her high fives.
I write nightly the future history of anachronism
Second coming will always be
for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial.
the Twin Towers. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly.
I'll have to think about it. How.
I write nightly the future history of
An apple to keep the doctor, an apple a day to keep the doctor away.
elderly grandparents.
This show is the apple to keep your doctor away.
May they enjoy it now and time immemorial.
Do it. Fart your heart out. Love Fart Revolution. It's also, I'm running to be Secretary of State in a Vermin Silver administration. What about him? The show is not about him. I set that down earlier and I forgot to put it away. So the show has nothing to do with that. Nothing.
Do it. Fart your heart out. Love it. I'm ready to be Secretary of State in a
Eat the. It's a racer. It's a racer.
administration. What about him?
I need a llama.
Not about him.
Llama Dama Ding Dong.
I said that down earlier. You're trying to put away.
Llama Dama Pig Bang. You too, Vincent. I'll be watching for you. Come back. Are you gonna be back for the shower, for the singing, or just for the By Mouth Daily? I do 3 shows now a day. 3 shows a day. I'm a machine. I'm a machine. Hey, dude, them balls, give me the power, I beg of you. Oh, that's Child's Play. Child's Play, nice, man.
Come back. You're gonna be back.
I have the power.
Machine.
Thank you, Rebecca. You guys
Hey, dude, the balls.
are Battle Cat now.
Give me the power, I beg of you. Oh,
3 shows. I've got By Mouth Daily. This is By Mouth Daily, where I take my HIV medication. I'm Clean as a Whistle. We're on shower number 122 will be in the morning. 122 showers live on the Book of Face. And then I just started a new show. Tomorrow will be, it's only Monday. My other show is Monday through Friday. It's called Sing for Solidarity. And Monday will be set number 5.
take my HIV medication. I'm clean as a whistle. We're on shower number
You're welcome.
100.
I'm happy that
Will be in the morning.
it's so crazy a depressed, crazy dude like me can help you guys, but I'm happy to. I'm happy to. I am a psych nurse, so apparently I'm good at what I do.
For solidarity, and Monday will be set number 5.
Barney says, Dr. Livingston, I presume, stepping out of the jungle gloom into the bright of Veterans Day. Dr. Livingston.
It's so crazy, depressed,
Is that?
crazy dude like me can help you guys, but I'm happy to.
I don't know that one.
I'm happy to. I am a psych nurse.
You like the better cheddar? What is it? Tap a keg,
Dr. Livingston, I presume.
grill a brat.
Out of the jungle gloom.
I can't sing. I'm not a singer.
Veterans Day.
Thank you, Rebecca Sarah. You guys give me the confidence to believe it myself. Only people, like, I've been hearing this a lot from different people lately. Like, only people who are crazy enough to believe they can change the world, and we're gonna change the motherfucking world. This shit's gonna blow up. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Tap a keg.
I mean, it's still just a tiny little squeak each night, but it's growing
You guys give me the confidence
quickly.
to do it myself.
Dang it to heck!
Hear this a lot from different people lately. Like, only people who are crazy enough to believe they can change the world. We're gonna change the motherfucking world. This shit's gonna blow up. I can feel it.
Shelby Baker says hello. Samantha Hartman says, I can't stop watching. Good, Samantha Hartman. I'm glad you're here with me. All right, I will be watching for you, DJX. Michael Jasmine, PSA, be sure to eat your drugs and don't do school. Sometimes I'm going to smoke them, and school's all right. Robbie Kath says, first time watching. Welcome, Robbie Kath. All right, let's give Robbie Kath a shout-out.
Shelby Baker says hello. Samantha Hartman says, I can't stop watching. Good, Samantha Hartman. I'm glad you're here with me. All right, I will be watching for you, DJX.
Robbie Kath, welcome. I don't have an Obama poster.
I got fever in my bones because I got it for the bones. I got fever in my bones for no cup or a potion.
Well, it may. It may look like they may look like Obama posters to the untrained eye, but I prefer to think of them as fairy prints. I think of them as fairy prints. Anna's laughing.
To the untrained.
Oh, somebody's threatened violence. Dang. Woo, scary. Super scary. Dang it, the heck. Come on down. Come on down. I'm not a fighter, but I'll kiss you and hug you until you give up. And I might bleed on you. And people, ignorant people that threaten violence like that are still probably scared of HIV positive people. Even me, who's undetectable. Which means I'm not contagious. We could fuck all day long and you'd never catch a thing. But, if it prevents me from getting beat up, I'll be glad to scream, I got HIV! And then spit blood on you. I'll do it too. I might do it just for fun. Dang it to heck. So rude.
Even me, who's undetectable. I mean, which means not contagious. You fuck all day long, you never catch a thing. But.
Oh, time's beginning to dilate. Why do I have pink wings? I don't know. I like pink. I got tired of my purple wings. I got tired of my purple wings, so I decided to get some pink ones. Oh, my record collection, sure. It's not really even mine. This record collection belonged to my uncle, who's now deceased. And I didn't get it from him, I got it from my grandmother. Let's see. How should I tell this story? Okay, so there's this phonograph right here that plays cylinders. And I was 11 years old when my parents bought this phonograph right here. They're dead now too, and I inherited that as well. But when I moved out of the house when I was 18, I bought this phonograph. I was at an antique store with my first girlfriend, and it was my birthday, and we saw this, and we went halvesies on it and bought this phonograph. And my grandma, who my uncle is already dead, but when my grandma learned that I had this, she was excited because my uncle, so this was 20 years ago now, my uncle had died, but he had all these records, and no one had a player that could play them. And so she gave them to me. And they've been sitting, I played one or two of them, but they've been sitting in a box roughly 20 years, untouched, never played, until the show came along. And dang it to heck. Now we have a soundtrack. It wasn't right away when I started the show. It was because I was playing some videos off of YouTube, and I copped a ban for infringing on copyright. And
Because my uncle
so I'm like, wow, I don't want the soundtrack of my life to be silence.
had died, but he had all these records, and no one had a player that could play them.
Thanks, Robbie
He
Cat.
gave them to me.
I'm here every night, every day, and at noon.
Sitting in a box roughly 20 years, untouched, never played. Until the show, as YouTube, and I copped a ban for infringing on copyright. And so I'm like, wow, I don't want the soundtrack of my life to be silence. It died, and did all these records, and no one had a player that could play them. Thanks, Robbie Cat. I'm here every night, every day, and at noon. In a box, roughly 20 years, untouched, never played. Until the show, as YouTube, I copped a ban for infringing.
Baby, blonde girl, your sunlight today. Baby, blonde girl, you drive me easy away.
The white eagle on the north is flying overhead, and the brown spreads and golden bottom lie in the gutter, dead. Nice, Robbie. This is Am I Blue by Hoagie Carmichael. Hoagie Carmichael. Yeah, I've been through a lot in my life, but poetry is just one thing. That's a bridge too far. Bridge too far. Am I Blue by Hoagie Carmichael. Hoagie Carmichael. Meow. Hey, Holly. This is Am I Blue?
My blues, my blues. I telling you, my blues.
My blue. Are these tears in my eyes telling you? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, Holly. Holly Michelle Newton. Newton. Fig Newtons. Laws of thermodynamics. The drugs have cooked this dude, LOL. No, it was the HIV man. Kind of cooked my brain a little bit, maybe. I can say this as a board-certified psychiatric nurse, that my mental illness is qualitatively different since contracting HIV. At least that's my belief. There's something known as HIV-associated neurocognitive disorder, HAND. Ian, have you ever heard of it? HAND? Let me say it one more time. Ian, it's HIV-associated neurocognitive disorder, HAND. Have you heard of it? Dang it to heck, yeah. Up to 40% of patients, even in this day of and age of highly effective antiretroviral therapy, HAART, even in the days of HAART, up to 40% of patients on HAART experience, let's say it again, HIV-associated neurocognitive disorder, HAND. Dang it to heck. And before the days of HAART, something known as AIDS mania. It was an intractable, like a really difficult form. Holly's been here before. Bang, bang, dang, dang. Rang, rang, like a bell. Rung a hung. Call me Cheech and Chong. Wait, no. What? So after an age of retroviral therapy, 40% of patients on HAART. Yes. Big tech.
Hey, I love you too, Holly Michelle Newton. Thank you. Hello, Ian. I'm here to rescue my friend. How could you make fun of him?
Mania. This is intractable, like a really difficult form.
You watch a lot, Holly. Dang. I like it. I like it.
Tongue? Wait, no. What? So after
So yeah, up to 40%, or no, that was, I already said that about the 40%, but before HAART, before highly effective antiretroviral therapy, AIDS mania was this intractable form of mania, difficult to treat form of mania that AIDS patients suffered from. Now, AIDS mania isn't around, but still, up to 40% of patients on treatment receive, have something known as, up to 40% have something known as HIV-associated neurocognitive disorder. Dang it to heck. Let's see. Because I've experienced depression. You know, I'm a psychiatric nurse, board certified in psychiatry, but I'm also a patient. My first short-term disability for mental health was when my mommy died. She died in June of 2007. My dad had died in June of 2006. And after my mom died, it just was like, I had a death wish. I just wished I was dead. Like, I don't know. I just wasn't expected. It was like sudden and really painful. And my mom and I were really close. And so I took 3 months off work then. Went through a really serious opiate addiction.
board certified in psychiatry.
overcame that, had kids,
My first
and then my marriage started to break down and experienced domestic violence. And
June of 2007.
anyway, I had depression for years and years, but what I experienced now with the HIV is more manic. I sleep less, more racing thoughts, a lot more anxiety. But it's hard to say too, because I'm also the victim of domestic violence. I believe I also have some real trauma issues. And dang it to heck. How's it hanging?
Years and years.
Straight down.
What I experienced now with the HIV
Yep.
is more manic. I sleep less.
And Barney really wants me to read that poem. I would have read your poem, dang, but you're like, that was really rude before.
I'm also the victim of
Busy playing a song and you're like, oh, I guess it's too much. Dang, and then you post it over and over
I
again.
also have some really trauma issues.
Dang. Well, I guess squeaky wheels get the grease sometimes.
Dang it to heck.
Too much to handle, maybe.
How's it hanging? Years and years. Straight down.
Me too. It's really bad, Jason. Oh well, buddy, we got it. We'll make it. We'll make it. Yes. I don't have to bend over at all. I have a really long arm, so I can touch my knee.
Busy playing a song and oh, I guess it's too much. Dang, and then you post. I guess squeaky wheels get the grease sometimes.
Dang it to heck. Cheryl, you should watch me in the shower. I get completely naked and I scrub a dub. One man in a tub.
Too much to handle. No, maybe.
Let's read a short story. I haven't talked to him. No, I'm over that now.
We'll make it. We'll make it.
Sometimes I like one of his pictures or something when I see a post on Facebook,
Yes.
but I haven't heard anything from him.
I have a really long arm, so I can touch my.
I either scared him off or I did something to offend him, one of the two. No, sometimes I'm kind of growing out here right now, but sometimes I'll use it clippers with the the shortest guard.
I haven't talked to him. No, I'm over that.
No, I haven't heard of Professor Elemento.
When I see a post on Facebook.
Hip hop for proper chaps, chap hop? No, no, that sounds good.
Anything from him. I either scared him off or I did something to offend him. One of the two.
Oh, hi, kitty.
No, sometimes I'm kind of growing out here right now, but sometimes I'll use it.
What don't you think?
With this, like the shortest guard. No, that sounds good. Hi, kitty. What don't you think?
Yeah. Colleen, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yep. Hope things are okay with you and your son and everything else. Our owl's there too, yep. Dang it to heck. I was gonna read.
Yeah. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yep. Things are okay with you and your son and everything else. I was there too. Read.
All right, let's read the Sneetches. I think this was my favorite Seuss growing up. The Sneetches. Now the Starbelly Sneetches had bellies with stars. The plain belly Sneetches had none upon theirs. Those stars weren't so big. They were really so small. You might think that such a thing wouldn't matter at all. But because they had stars, all the Starbelly Sneetches would brag, "We're the best kind of Sneetch on the beaches." With their snoots in the air, they would sniff and they'd snort. "We'll have nothing to do with the plain belly sort." And whenever they met some, when they were out walking, they'd hike right on past them without even talking. When the Starbelly children went out to play ball, could a plain belly get in the game? Not at all. You could only play if your bellies had stars, and the plain belly children had none upon theirs. When the Starbelly Sneetches had Frankenfurter roasts, or picnics or parties or marshmallow toasts, they never invited the plain belly Sneetches. They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches. They kept them away, never let them come near, and that's how they treated them year after year. Then one day, it seems, while the plain belly Sneetches were moping and doping alone on the beaches, just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars, a stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars. "My friends," he announced in a voice clear and keen, "my name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean. And I've heard of your troubles. I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that. I'm the fix-it-up chappy. I've come here to help you. I have what you need, and my prices are low, and I work at great speed, and my work is 100% guaranteed." Then quickly Sylvester McMonkey McBean put together a very peculiar machine, and he said, "You want stars like a Starbelly Sneetch? My friends, you can have them for $3 each. Just pay me your money and hop right on board." So they clambered inside, then the big machine roared, and it clonked, and it bonked, and it jerked, and it burked, and it bopped them about. The silly thing really worked. When the plain belly Sneetches popped out, they had stars. They actually did. They had stars upon theirs. They yelled at the ones who had stars at the start. "We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart. We're all just the same. Now, you snooty old smarties. And now we can go to your Frankfurter parties." "Good grief!" groaned the ones who had stars at the first. "We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know?" They all frowned. "If which kind is what, and the other way round." Then up came McBean with a very sly wink, and he said, "Things are not quite as bad as you think. So you don't know who is who. That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do? I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches. And all it will cost you is $10 eaches." "Belly stars are no longer in style," said McBean. "What you need is a trip through my star-off machine." This wondrous contraption will take off your stars, so you won't look like Sneetches who have them on thars. And that handy machine, working very precisely, removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely. Then with snoots in the air, they paraded about, and they opened their beaks, and they let out a shout. We know who is who. Now there isn't a doubt. The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without. Then, of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad. To be wearing a star now is frightfully bad. Then, of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean invited them into his star-off machine. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guess, things got into a horrible mess. All the rest of that day, on those wild, screaming beaches, the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches. Off again, on again, in again, out again. Through the machines they raced round and bout again. Changing their stars every minute or two, they kept paying money, they kept running through. And until neither the plane nor the starbellies knew whether this one was that one, or that one was this one, or which one was what one, or what one was who. Then, of course, from then on, as you probably guess, then, when every last cent of their money was spent, the fix-it-up chappie packed up and he went. And he laughed as he drove in the car up the beach. They never will learn. No, you can't teach us Sneetch. Through the machines they raced round and about again. But McBean was quite wrong. I'm quite happy to say that the Sneetches got really quite smart on that day. The day they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches, and no kind of Sneetch is the best on the beaches. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars, and whether they had one or not upon theirs. Nice. Nice. After the show's over, I'll just PM me your address. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm always thinking of you, Jason. My life has been fucked. Also, love you very much. Oh, Colleen, I'm sorry. I'm glad to see you. That day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars, and whether they had. Life's been pretty rough around here too, but there's bright spots. You, for instance, and Anna. Dang it, to heck! Let's read some nursery rhymes. Nice. After the show is over, just PM me your address. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm always thinking of you, Jason. My life has been fucked. Also, love you very much. It's been pretty rough around here too. There's bright spots. You, for instance. Anna. Let's read some nursery rhymes. Getting close to the end. Getting close to the end. Maybe do a little Toski. Okay, this is a poem called Death Wants More Death. It's a selection from Run with the Hunted, a Charles Bukowski reader. We just started the other night, so we're not very far in. Death wants more death, and its webs are full. I remember my father's garage. How childlike. I would brush the corpses of flies from the windows they had thought were escape. Their sticky, ugly, vibrant bodies, shouting like dumb, crazy dogs against the glass, only to spin and flit. In that second, larger than hell or heaven, onto the ledge of the ledge, and then the spider from his dank hole, nervous and exposed, the puff of body swelling, hanging there, not really quite knowing, and then knowing, something sending it down its string, the wet web, toward the weak shield of buzzing, the pulsing, a last desperate moving hair leg, there again the glass, there against the glass, there alive in the sun, spun in white, and almost like love, the closing over, the first hushed spider sucking, filling its sack, upon this thing that lived, crouching there upon its back, drawing its certain blood, as the world goes by outside, and my temples scream, and I hurl the broom against them, the spider dull with spider anger, still thinking of its prey, and waving an amazed broken leg, the fly very still, a dirty speck stranded to straw. I shake the killer loose, and he walks lame and peeved towards some dark corner. But I intercept his dawdling, his crawling like some broken hero, and the straws smash his legs, now waving above his head, and looking for the enemy, and somehow valiant, dying without apparent pain, simply crawling backward piece by piece, leaving nothing there, till at last the red gut sack splashes its secrets, and I run, childlike, with God's anger a step behind, back to simple sunlight, wondering, as the world goes by, with curled smile, if anyone else saw or sensed my crime. This is a selection from a short story. I was 11, and my two buddies, Haas and Morgan, they were each 12, and it was summer, no school, and we sat on the grass in the sun behind my father's garage and smoked cigarettes. Shit, I said. I was sitting under a tree. Morgan and Haas were sitting there with their backs against the garage. What is it? Asked Morgan. We gotta get that son of a bitch, I said. He's a disgrace to this neighborhood. Who? Asked Hess. Simpson, I said. Yeah, said Hess. Too many freckles. He irritates me. That's not it, I said. Oh yeah? Said Morgan. Yeah, that son of a bitch claims he fucked a girl under my house last week. It's a goddamn lie, I said. Sure it is, said Haas. He can't fuck, said Morgan. He can fucking lie, I said. I got no use for liars, Haas said, blowing a smoke ring. I don't like to hear that kind of bull from a guy with freckles, said Morgan. Well, maybe we ought to get him then, I suggested. Why not? Asked Haas. Let's do it, said Morgan. We walked down Simpson's driveway, and there he was playing handball against the garage. Hey, I said. Look who's playing with himself. Simpson caught the ball on a bounce and turned to us. Hi, fellas. We surrounded him. Fucked any girls under any houses lately? Morgan asked. Nah. How come? Asked Haas. Oh, I don't know. I don't believe you ever fucked anybody but yourself, I said. I'm going to go inside now, said Simpson. My mother asked me to wash the dishes. Your mother has dishes up her pussy, said Morgan. We laughed. We moved in closer to Simpson. Suddenly I shot a hard right to his belly. He doubled over, holding his gut. He stayed that way for half a minute, then straightened up. My dad will be home any time, he told us. Yeah, does your dad fuck little girls under houses too? I asked. No. We laughed. Simpson didn't say anything. Look at those freckles, said Morgan. Each time he fucks a little girl under a house, he gets a new freckle. Simpson didn't say anything. He just began to look more and more frightened. I got a sister, said Haas. How do I know you won't try to fuck my sister under some house? I'd never do that, Haas. You got my promise. Yeah? Yeah, I mean it. Well, here's one, just so you don't. Haas shot a right A hard right to Simpson's belly. Simpson doubled over again. Haas reached down, grabbed a handful of dirt, and shoved it into the neck of Simpson's shirt. Simpson straightened up. He had tears in his eyes. A sissy. Let me go, fellows, please. Go where? I asked. Want to hide under your mother's skirt while the dishes fall out of her pussy? You never fucked anybody, said Morgan. You don't even have a dick. You piss out of your ear. If I ever see you look at my sister, said Haas, you're going to get a beating so bad you'll be just one big freckle. Just let me go, please. I felt like letting him go. Maybe he hadn't fucked anybody. Maybe he had just been daydreaming. But I was the young leader. I couldn't show any sympathy. You're coming with us, Simpson. No! No, my ass. You're coming with us. Now march. I walked around behind him and kicked him in the butt. Hard. He screamed, shut up! I yelled. Shut up or you'll get worse. Now march! We walked him up the driveway and across the lawn and down my driveway and into my backyard. Now stand straight, I said. Hand at your sides. We're going to hold a kangaroo court. I turned to Morgan and Haas and asked, all of those who think this man is guilty of lying about fucking a little girl under my house will now say guilty. Guilty, said Haas. Guilty, said Morgan. Guilty, I said. I turned to the prisoner. Simpson, you are judged guilty. The tears were really coming out of Simpson then. I didn't do anything, he sobbed. That's what you're guilty of, said Haas. Lying. But you guys lie all the time. Not about fucking, said Morgan. That's what you lie about most. That's where I learned it from. Corporal, I turned to Haas. Gag the prisoner. I'm tired of these fucking lies. Yes, sir. Haas ran to the clothesline. He found a handkerchief and a dish towel. While we held Simpson, he jammed the handkerchief into his mouth and then tied the dish towel over his mouth. Simpson made some sort of gagging sound. You think he can breathe? Asked Morgan. He can breathe through his nose, I said. Haas agreed. What do we do now? Morgan says. The prisoner is guilty, isn't he? I asked. Yeah. Well, as judge, I sentence him to be hanged by the neck until dead. Simpson made sounds from beneath his gag. His eyes looked at us, pleading. I ran to the garage and got the rope. There was the length of it neatly coiled on a large spike in the garage wall. I had no idea why my father had that rope. He never used it as far as I knew. Now it would be put to use. I walked out with the rope. Simpson started to run. Haas was right behind him. He made a flying tackle and brought him to the ground. He spun Simpson over and began punching him in the face. I ran up and slammed Haas hard across the face with the end of the rope. He stopped punching. He looked up at me. You son of a bitch, I'll kick your goddamn ass. As the judge, my verdict was the man would hang. So it will be. Release the prisoner. You son of a bitch, I'll kick your goddamn ass good. First we'll hang the prisoner. Then you and I will settle our differences. You're damn right we will, said Haas. The prisoner will now rise, I said. Haas slid off and Simpson rose to his feet. His nose was bloodied and it had stained the front of his shirt. It was a very bright red, but Simpson seemed resigned. He was no longer sobbing, but the look in his eyes was terrified. Horrible to see. Give me a cigarette, I said to Morgan. He stuck one into my mouth. Light it, I said. Morgan lit the cigarette and took a drag. Then holding the cigarette between my lips, I exhaled to my nose while making a noose at the end of the rope. Place the prisoner up on the porch, I commanded. There was a back porch. Above the porch was an overhang. I flung the rope over a beam, then pulled the noose down in front of Simpson's face. I didn't want to go on with it any longer. I figured Simpson had suffered enough, but I was the leader, and I was going to have to fight Haas afterwards, and I couldn't show any weakness. Maybe we shouldn't, said Morgan. This man is guilty, I screamed. Right, screamed Haas. Let him hang. Look, he's pissed himself, said Morgan. Sure enough, there was a dark stain on the front of Simpson's pants, and it was spreading. No guts, I said. I placed the noose over Simpson's head. I yanked on the rope and lifted Simpson up on his toes. Then I took the other end of the rope and tied it to a faucet on the side of the house. I knotted the rope tight and yelled, "Let's get the fuck out of here." We looked at Simpson hanging there on tiptoe. He was spinning around ever so slightly, and he looked dead already. I started running. Morgan and Haas ran with me. We ran up the drive, and Morgan split for his place, and Haas split for his. I realized I had no place to go. Haas, I thought, either you forgot about the fight or you didn't want it. I stood on the sidewalk for a minute or two, and I ran back into the yard. Simpson was still spinning ever so slightly. We had forgotten to tie his hands. His hands were up, trying to take the pressure off his neck, but his hands were slipping. I ran over to the faucet, untied the rope, and let it go. Simpson hit the porch, then tumbled forward onto the lawn. He was face down. I turned him over and untied the gag. He looked bad. He looked as if he might die. I leaned up over him. Listen, you son of a bitch, don't die. I didn't want to kill you, really. If you die, I'm sorry. But if you don't die, if you ever tell anybody, then your ass is dead for sure. You got that? Simpson didn't answer. He just looked at me. He looked terrible. His face was purple. He had rope burns on his neck. I got up. I looked at him for a while. He didn't move. It looked bad. I felt faint. Then I got myself together. I inhaled deeply and walked up the driveway. It was about 4 in the afternoon. I began walking. I walked down to the boulevard, and then I kept walking. I had thoughts. I felt as if my life was over. Simpson had always been a loner, probably lonely. He never mixed with us other guys. He was strange that way. Maybe that's what bothered us about him. Yet there was something nice about him, anyhow. I felt as if I had done something very bad. And yet, in another way, I didn't. Mostly, I just had this vacant feeling, and it was centered in my stomach. I walked and I walked. I walked down to the highway and back. My shoes really hurt my feet. My parents always bought me cheap shoes. They looked good for maybe a week or so, then the leather cracked and the nails started coming through the soles. I kept walking anyhow. When I got back to the driveway, it was almost evening. I walked slowly down the driveway and into the backyard. Simpson wasn't there and the rope was gone. Maybe he was dead. Maybe he was somewhere else. I looked around. My father was framed in the screen door. Come in here, he said. I walked up the porch steps and past him. Your mother isn't home yet, and that's good. Go to the bedroom. I want to have a little talk with you. I walked into the bedroom and sat on the edge of the bed and looked down at my cheap shoes. My father was a big man, 6 feet 2 1/2. He had a big head and eyes that hung there like bushy eyebrows. His lips were thick and he had big ears. He was mean, without even trying. Where you been? He asked. Walking? Walking why? I like to walk. Since when? Since today? There was a long silence, then he spoke in. What happened in our backyard today? Is he dead? Who? I warned him not to talk. If he talked, then he's not dead. No, he's not dead, and his parents were going to call the police. I had to talk to them a long time in order to get them not to do that. If they had called the police, it would have killed your mother. Do you know that? I didn't answer. It would have killed your mother. Do you know that? I didn't answer. I had to pay them to be quiet. Plus, I'm going to have to pay the medical bills. I'm going to give you the beating of your life. I'm going to cure you. I'm not going to raise a son who is not fit for human society. He stood there in the doorway, not moving. I looked at his eyes under those eyebrows, at that big body. I want the police, I said. I don't want you. Give me the police. He moved slowly toward me. The police don't understand people like you. I got up from the bed and doubled my fists. Come on, I said. I'll fight you. He was upon me with a rush. There was a blinding flash of light and a blow so hard that I didn't really feel it. I was on the floor. I got up. You better kill me, I said. Because when I get big enough, I'm going to kill you. The next blow rolled me under the bed. It seemed like a good place to be. I looked up at the springs, and I'd never seen anything as friendly and wonderful as those springs up there. Then I laughed. It was a panic laugh, but I laughed. And I laughed because the thought came to me that maybe Simpson had fucked a little girl under my house. What the hell are you laughing at? My father screamed. You are surely the son of Satan. You are not my son. I saw his big hand reach under the bed, searching for me. When it came near, I grabbed it with both hands and bit it with all the strength I had. There was a ferocious yowl, and the hand withdrew. I tasted wet flesh in my mouth, spit it out. Then I knew that while Simpson was not dead, I might very well be dead very soon. All right, I heard my father say quietly. Now you've really asked for it, and by God, you're going to get it. I waited, and as I waited, all I could hear were strange sounds. I could hear birds. I could hear the sound of autos driving by. I could even hear my heart pounding and my blood running through my body. I could hear my father breathing. I moved myself exactly under the center of the bed and waited for the next thing. This is Septuagenarian Stew. It was an excerpt from Septuagenarian Stew. Pretty kinky indeed. Hey, Colin. How are you?
Then I knew that while Simpson was not dead, I might very well be dead very soon. All right, I heard my father say quietly.
How much time do we have left?
I really asked for it, and by God, I waited and my body. I could hear my father breathing. I moved myself exactly under the center of the bed and waited for the next thing. This is septuagenarian stew. It was an excerpt from septuagenarian stew.
Half an hour left.
Pretty kinky indeed. Hey, Thomas. How are you?
James Fisher, this guy with the fair wings. With the fair wings. No! No! Yes, the answer is yes, sir. The answer is yes. James Fisher, the answer is yes. Dang it to heck. James Fisher, the answer is yes. James Fisher, the answer is yes. James Fisher, the answer is yes.
James Fisher,
We're all in agreement here. Dang it to heck. James Fisher, the answer is yes. James Fisher, the answer is yes. Oh, come the fuck on. Jesus Christ.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
James Fisher, dang it to heck! James Fisher, dang it to heck!
You're dying? Be careful, man. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay.
All right, I'm gonna choke my chicken now.
Dang it to heck. Dang it to heck. You guys don't even know the power of the dark side. You guys know the power of the dark side? Yeah, well you got... Just whip out your chickens. Whip out your cocks, everybody. I'll choke them here. I can do it with using the dark side. I can do it from here. Alright. Dang it to heck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Chicken choke, chicken choke. You guys want to see my Woody? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Where's my Woody? Dang it to heck. Dang it to heck. Dang it, Jack. That's not a snake in your boot. I'm just happy to see you. Ding, 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 ding. Hey.
Come to the dark side and choke your chicken. Oh, no. But it got it dark out right now? It is dark out right now. It is. What time is it? 3 in the morning. It is 3 a.m. How much longer do we have on the show? Dang it to heck. 20 minutes.
Wubble up dub dub. Things that make you go dang it to heck. Wubble up dub dub.
Does your mommy play with you and your toys, says James Fisher. No, my mommy's dead. Well, I mean, I like to think she's a character here. That's my mommy and daddy. They're both dead. My mom, Karen Alvin, she died in June of 2007. Oops. And my daddy died in June of 2006. Dang it to heck. How did that get pinned? 4 a.m. on the East Coast, huh? East Coaster. I killed them? No. My dad died of prostate cancer, and my mom died of, sometimes I feel like I killed my mom. I feel like we pushed the opiates on her too quickly. But she was brain dead, you know, but part of me wonders if we would have just waited a little longer. Maybe. But probably not. Probably not. Bluegrass State. I don't know where that is. Welcome. Is that Connecticut? Brain dead like you. Good one. Good one. Burn. Ouch. Dang it to heck. Next one? Or is it? You got more? So, I realized there's one other thing. I'm assuming, James, that you're HIV negative. Maybe that's a poor assumption. I don't know. Kentucky. Nice, Mike. Nice. So what would I have wanted to know as an HIV? Before I contracted HIV, what would I have wanted to know? This is one of the. This is the medicine. The rest of the show is the spoonful of sugar. There's a pill that you can take if you're HIV negative. And think of it as a highly effective chemical condom. It's called PrEP, pre-exposure protocol. They're antiretroviral medications in it. There's 2 medications in this pill. The brand name of it is Truvada. And think of it as a highly effective chemical condom. If you're HIV negative and you take it, it prevents HIV. And then, what's the medicine I want you to... Oh, I want people to know that it's safe to have sex with somebody, with me, because I take my HIV medication. By taking my HIV medication every day, it suppresses the replication of the virus, which in turn makes the virus undetectable in my vital bodily fluids, in my blood, in my semen. With their fanciest tests, they can't find the virus. And after the partner study came out in 2015, it followed 1,300 couples, 800 gay couples, 500 straight couples, 0 discordant couples like my wife and I. One was HIV positive, the other one is HIV negative. It followed them over the course of 2 years, roughly 50,000 sex acts. And at the end of that study, they concluded not one of the HIV positive people transmitted the virus to their partner. So, after that came out, like the UN, Joint Council on AIDS, all these eminent doctors in the field and organizations are all signing on to this consensus statement. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. It means I'm not contagious. We could fuck bareback all day long, and you'd never catch HIV. You might catch brain deadness, but you wouldn't catch HIV. So that's the premise of the show. It's okay to fuck me. You should fuck me. That's the point of the show. Safe. Safe. Don't be so mean to me. Don't get to hug. Time for a bedtime story. Time for a bedtime story. My wife and I aren't getting along right now. I don't think my wife likes much about me. time for a bedtime story. All right, my friends. I now transport you to a dreamier place. I hope. Dang it, dude. Time for bedtime. No, the show's just almost over, James. It's a 4-hour show, and we're reaching the 4 hours. I'd like to read some bedtime story nursery rhyme. Got some new lights that I'm just testing out here. It's taking so long. Okay. Not the only one, Vincent. But let's get quiet. Welcome. You got here just in time for the end. I had a little pony. This is a selection from popular nursery rhymes, Mother Goose rhymes and explanations. I had a little pony. His name was Dapple Gray. I lent him to a lady to ride a mile away. She whipped him, she slashed him, she rode him through the mire. I would not lend my pony now for all the ladies' hire. This version is first recorded in 1825, although an earlier one, I had a little bonny nag. His name was Dapple Gray, and he would bring me to an alehouse, a mile out of his way. Seems to have been in existence since 1630. Monday's child. Monday's child is fair of face. Tuesday's child is full of grace. Hey, Dylan. Wednesday's child is full of woe. Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving. Saturday's child works hard for his living. But the child that is born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe, good and gay. There are numerous versions of this well-known prophecy, all dating from the 19th century.
His name was Dapple Gray, and he would bring me to an alehouse, a mile.
Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to see the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under her chair. It is widely thought that the Queen here is Elizabeth I, and that the rhyme refers to an actual incident that took place in her reign. Thank you all for being here. Sincerely. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you very much. There are some new additions. Disco ball. I just brought up the bubble tube from down in the basement. That's a little disco ball over there. I hung the light. They're new in that they're new to the set. The disco ball is new, and this disco ball is new too. These disco balls here are old. We got new disco balls. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so pill number 341. The pill is Triumec. It's a once-a-day pill containing 3 medications, abacavir, dolutegravir, and lamivudine. Together they work in concert to suppress the replication of the HIV virus within my system. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. Dang it to heck. Dang it to heck. Pill number 341, down the hatch. We are robot. Dang it, right to heck. Okay. I love you all. Thank you for being here. This has been Jason is a Social Scientist. By Mouth Daily, pill number 341. I love you all. You have a good night. Alright, I'm going to do This is the House that Jack Built. This is the house that Jack built. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that kicked the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that kicked the dog that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that kicked the dog that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that kicked the dog that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cock! They crowed in the morn, they woke the priest, all shaven and shorn. They married the man, all tattered and torn. They kissed the maiden, all forlorn. They milked the cow with the crumpled horn. They kicked the dog that worried the cat. They killed the rat that ate them out. That lay in the house that Jack built. This is the farmer that sowed the corn. They fed the cock, they crowed in the morn. They woke the priest, all shaven and shorn. They married the man, all tattered and torn. They kissed the maiden, all forlorn. They milked the cow with the crumpled horn. They kicked the dog that worried the cat. They killed the rat that ate them out. That lay in the house that Jack built. That ate them out. They killed the rat that ate them out. Yeah, whatever. I love you all. Good night. Good night. Good night.